district. And today at least 3 children were injured in a crude bomb blast that took place in West Bengal's Murshidabad district. Now, what is even more shocking is that the incident took place in Imam Nagar under the Farakka police station limits. So it's well within the jurisdiction of the police. The question is, what exactly is the state government really doing about this? Why is crude bomb blast in the state of West Bengal a recurring issue? And whether at all the BJP, which is the principal opposition party in the state, they were quick to pass the buck, and the Trinamool Congress essentially said that the cops are working to get hold of the culprits. But the question is, how many more innocent lives have to be lost to make the state government wake up? The reason we are asking this question, if you remember during the Panchayat polls too, there was a war of words between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Trinamool Congress. Both blamed each other. They say that both the parties were essentially involved. They passed the buck. But the reality is, innocent lives have also been lost. And that's a question that we've been asking for several months put together as to who exactly is really responsible for it. And why is it that the police hasn't really been able to curb the situation? Take a look at this report.
On 16th of May 2023, as many as 10 persons died in a blast at an alleged crude bomb-making unit in Egra on East Medinipur district on Tuesday. As per reports, about 14 persons were seriously injured. On October 6th, 5 children were injured after a crude bomb exploded in North 24 Parganas district. And today, at least 3 children were injured in a crude bomb blast in West Bengal's Murshidabad district. The incident took place in Imam Nagar under the Farakka police station limits. The BJP is holding the TMC accountable.
দেখুন, মুর্শিদাবাদের ফারাক্কায় আউশনগর এলাকায় অঙ্গনবাড়ি কেন্দ্র রয়েছে। সেই কেন্দ্রতে শিশুরা খাবার আনতে গিয়েছিল। খাবার আনতে গিয়ে পাশে যে জঙ্গল রয়েছে সেই জঙ্গলে তেনারা বল ভেবে বম নিয়ে খেলা করছিল এবং সেই খেলা করতে গিয়ে বম বিস্ফোরক হয়, তাতে শিশুরা আহত হয়। শিশুরা আজকে মৃত্যুর সঙ্গে পাঞ্জা লড়ছে। তাতে রাজ্যের শাসক দলের কোনো কিছু যায় এসে যায় না, কারণ তিনারা যে 23 সালে পঞ্চায়েত নির্বাচন চলে গেল, সেই পঞ্চায়েত নির্বাচনে তিনারা যেখানে সেখানে বোমা স্টক করে রেখেছিল। এর আগেও আমরা দেখেছি, বুধবারও আমরা দেখলাম যে বোমা বল ভেবে শিশুরা খেলতে গিয়ে সেখানে শিশুরা আহত হচ্ছে। শিশুদের ভবিষ্যৎ নিয়ে রাজ্য সরকার কিছু ভাবে না। রাজ্য সরকার একটা জিনিসই ভাবে, সেটা হচ্ছে তারা কি করে ক্ষমতা দখল করবে, তারা কি করে তাদের ক্ষমতা কীভাবে রাখা যায়, তাতে মানুষ বাঁচলো কি মরলো দেখলাম। না হলে একজন অঙ্গনবাড়ি কেন্দ্রে যে পাশে জঙ্গল আছে, যেখানে শিশুরা খেলা করতে গিয়ে বল ভেবে আহত হচ্ছে, লজ্জার বিষয়। পুলিশ প্রশাসনকে ধিক্কার জানায়। ভারতীয় জনতা পার্টির পক্ষ থেকে আবেদন করব, অতি শীঘ্রই যেখানে সেখানে বম পড়ে সেগুলো যেন তারা উদ্ধার করে এবং এরপরে কোনো শিশুর যেন ক্ষতি না হয়, সেটা ভারতীয় জনতা পার্টির পক্ষ থেকে পুলিশ প্রশাসনকে আবেদন করব।
The ruling TMC says the cops are doing their job.
মুর্শিদাবাদ জেলায় বোমা ফেটে মাঝে মধ্যে শিশুরা আহত হচ্ছে বল ভেবে খেলতে গিয়ে। ফারাক্কাতেও আজকে 3 জন আহত হয়েছে শিশু। এই বিষয়ে আপনার কি বক্তব্য থাকবে?
দেখুন, আমাদের যিনি এসপি এসছেন একদম সক্রিয় পুলিশ প্রশাসন সক্রিয়, আমাদের এসপি সাহেব সক্রিয় এবং সারা মামাটি মানুষের নেত্রী মমতা ব্যানার্জির নেতৃত্বে পুলিশ প্রশাসন এত সক্রিয়, যেখানে ঘটনা ঘটছে সেখানে তিনি সক্রিয় ঝাঁপিয়ে পড়ছেন এবং প্রশাসন সক্রিয়ভাবে সেখান থেকে তাদের যারা দোষী ব্যক্তি তাদেরকে গ্রেপ্তার করছেন। আইনের জায়গায় থাকছে। আইনকে আমরা ভরসা রেখে মামাটি মানুষের সরকার চলছে।
আপনার পরিচয়?
আরব আলী, জয়পুর জেলা তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের সম্পাদক।
As per locals in the area, the crude bomb exploded when the children were playing with it, mistaking it with a ball. The condition of the 3 innocent kids is said to be critical. Soon after the incident, a huge police contingent reached the spot and has initiated a probe into the incident that has led to tensions in the area. This is second such incident in more than a month. Can the state government look away from the crude bomb menace that is a persistent issue in the state? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Well, in fact, there has been no clear answer really coming in from the West Bengal police. In fact, a story that we'll be tracking very closely, hoping that there would be some answers coming in from the West Bengal police and, of course, from the administration too. Shifting focus now to the rescue operation in Uttarkashi. Remember, that's been our top story through the day, where focus right now is to save the life of 41 workers that have been trapped in the debris in Uttarkashi. Remember, it's been over 10 days. With the Uttarkashi's collapsed Silkyara Barcode Tunnel rescue operation that's entered the 11th day, the team is essentially pushing through the rubble in order to save the 41 workers trapped inside. The rescue operation looks hopeful, with the engineering work reportedly in full swing and a solid communication with the trapped workers in place. In fact, Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami, has underscored that they are focused on promptly evacuating all the workers, with the highest priority placed on ensuring their safety. Now, if all goes well, the rescue team would be able to reach the workers soon, and we perhaps could get that good news in the next few hours. Ambulances have already been put on standby. Now, what exactly has been working so far in terms of the rescue operation? If you really look at the machines that have been brought in and the drilling that is in process, 45 meters is what we were told a short while back that the drilling has already taken place. So how long would that really take place? Let's just put out that report that was filed by my colleague a short while back, getting us full details of the evacuation plan and how exactly does the agency, multiple agencies, really plan to take forward the rescue operation.
What we have been listening from the official, that they are saying that they have already entered towards that site, towards the laborer side who are stuck inside that tunnel for the last 11 days. The incident took place on November 12th. Since then, the major operation has been going on through different agencies. Different agencies have been working constantly day in and day out. What the latest update I can give you, that you can see this is the Silkyara site of the tunnel. From this horizontal drilling, they have drilled approximately 45 meters. So initially 900 millimeter diameter pipe was basically inserted. First 4 pipes which have been inserted was of 900 millimeter diameter, and then after that there was a rubble and there was a big obstacle over there, due to which there was a crackling sound inside that tunnel, and after that the auger machine stopped working on November 16th. But there was a gap, and then after that the alternative modes have been basically looked after. That there have been operations which have been going on from the back side, the barcode side, from the side from the side of the tunnel, also from the perpendicular left and perpendicular right. And there you see there's another passage which has been basically created by the BRO team, and the BRO team has basically created that passage of 1.2 kilometer length, and out of 1.2 kilometer length they have concretized the road. And if you see, I would like to request my cameraman to show you the top visual. So on that side, that's the top of this tunnel. And what they were planning, that they are supposed to create 2 vertical holes. From one vertical hole, they were planning to send food and all the necessary items, and from the second hole they were planning to evacuate people. But that plan is still on hold. I would like to request my cameraman to show you the visual, the map through which we can explain you the entire thing. So here you see, this is the entire tunnel. This is where we are standing right now. This is Silkyara. This is Silkyara head of the tunnel, and this is the barcode end of the tunnel. So there are 5 plans which have been going on right now. The plan number 1. Let's focus on the plan number 1. Plan number 1 is going at the Silkyara tunnel. This is the head of the plan. So here you see, so as of now there have been like 3 pipes which have been working right now. First, this one here you see, this first pipe is of 4 millimeter in diameter. So through this first pipe, oxygen, medicine and dry fruit were basically supplied to the workers who are stuck here inside that tunnel for the last 11 days. And on November 19th there was another major breakthrough, that 6 millimeter pipe was being inserted through this tunnel. So this pipe, the 4 millimeter pipe, is basically on the ground level, through which oxygen and medicine and dry fruits, cashews, almonds were sent inside the tunnel. So second pipe, which was functional from November 19th, is of 6 millimeter in in diameter, and through that pipe, the liquid food items like khichdi, dalia, and other food items, clothes, charger, were basically being supplied. So I would like to request my cameraman to show the entire tunnel. See, so this entire tunnel length is around 4.5 kilometers. So here you see, this is the open portion of the tunnel. The first 200 meter is the open portion of the tunnel, and after that you see there's a 60 meter of rubble. This pyramid, here you see, this is the pyramid. So this pyramid, this triangular pyramid is the rubble pyramid, the debris pyramid. So this is of 60 meter length, and the workers who are basically stuck inside the tunnel is beyond this side. So this is the head of the tunnel. If you go 200 meter towards this side, then you find the rubble, and after that there's a 2 kilometer length free space. And if you go so basically we have been speaking to the expert, and all those experts were telling us that there is one positive thing about this incident is that at least the workers who are stuck inside that tunnel have got a free space of approximately 2 kilometer in length, so that they can walk freely inside that tunnel. So first, this is 200 meter where you see the free space, and then after that there's a debris, that rubble, the pyramid rubble over there, and there's a 2 kilometer of free space. And the $1 million question everyone is asking, why this operation is taking so much of time? Why?
Well, that's our intrepid reporter Akhil getting us the report from Uttarkashi. For the last few days he's been tracking it very closely. Akhil, first of all, thank you very much for getting us that detailed report explaining why perhaps it's taking so much time. The question that very many are asking in a very flippant manner, that why is it taking 11 days? Perhaps from the explanation that you gave a short while back, it's quite clear of the criticality associated with this rescue operation. I believe that you're also been speaking to some of the family members, and they are with you currently. Over to you, get us the latest. What is it that the family members are expecting? Is there been any communication from the central agencies to the family members?
Well, absolutely, Shawan. We have been in touch with the family members of the victims who are desperately waiting their loved ones to come out from that tunnel, because they have been stuck inside that tunnel for the last 11 days, and 11 days is a long time for them to wait, and it's a very grim situation over there. But they are pretty hopeful, because the kind of work they see on ground, on a war footing level, the central agencies, the state agencies, the ITBP, the NDRF team, the SDRF team, the BRO team, all of them are working in a very collaborative approach and a very tandem manner. So right now we are joined by one of the victim's family person. So we are going to speak to him, because yesterday he visited inside the tunnel. He had direct communication with his brother, and today also he spoke to his family member inside that tunnel. So I'm going to speak to him and get you the latest, what basically he spoke with his family member and what the officials have been telling them, to the victim and their family members. आप मुझे जरा बताएं, आपका नाम क्या है सर?
चंचल सिंह बिस्ट।
चंचल जी, आप जहाँ पर कितने दिनों से आ रहे हैं घर से? जब आपको खबर मिली, ये सूचना मिली 11 दिन पहले, तब आप यहाँ पर कब पहुँचे?
हम 6 दिन पहले पहुँचे थे यहाँ पर।
तो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से आपको कुछ आश्वासन दिया गया है कि ये जो रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन है वो कब तक कंप्लीट कर लिया जाएगा?
हाँ, आश्वासन दिया था, पर कब तक होगा ये नहीं बताया था उन लोगों ने।
आप आज भी अंदर गए थे, शाम में मेरी आपसे बात हो रही थी, जब मुलाकात हुई आपसे तो आप अंदर गए थे आज। वहाँ का दृश्य क्या था? आपकी भाई से बात हुई
अंदर बात हुई थी, हाँ।
भाई का जरा आप मुझे नाम बताएंगे क्या?
पुष्कर सिंह है।
पुष्कर सिंह क्या करते हैं वहाँ पे? उनकी डिजिग्नेशन क्या थी?
वो कोई मशीन चलाते हैं, उसमें असिस्टेंट ऑपरेटर हैं। मशीन का नाम आई थिंक पुटंजा मशीन चलाते हैं वो। अच्छा, वो मशीन क्या करती है?
उतना रॉक को खोदने का काम करती है, मिट्टी हटाने का काम करती है, किस तरह का?
आई गेस वो जो फीलिंग करती है, वो
फीलिंग करती है। हाँ, तो आपकी जब भाई से बात हुई तो आपने उन्हें क्या संदेश दिया? आपके घर वालों ने, माँ बाप ने कुछ तो कहा होगा, माँ की तरफ से कोई संदेश था?
ना, संदेश ये था कि मतलब होप है कि आज निकल जाएंगे, यही बात हुई थी। हालचाल पूछे थे, सब नॉर्मल था, इतना ज्यादा कुछ था नहीं।
उन्होंने, उनकी तरफ से क्या संदेश था? जो भाई आपके ट्रैप्ड हैं उस 41 लोगों के साथ में, जो उनमें से एक है, उनका क्या संदेश था?
उनका यही संदेश था कि आज निकल जाएंगे बाहर।
आपको गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स ने कुछ अभी तक कुछ बताया है? हमने सुना है कुछ ब्रीफिंग होने वाली है। एज यू कैन सी ओवर हियर देयर आर 40 एम्बुलेंसेस व्हिच हैज रीच्ड नियर द ग्राउंड जीरो। यहाँ पर बहुत सारे जो है एम्बुलेंस आ चुके हैं।
लग तो रहा कि आज निकल जाएंगे, वो इंतजार की घड़ियां आज खत्म होने वाली हैं।
अच्छा, वी आर जॉइंड बाय अनदर लेबर। अच्छा, मुझे ये बताइए कि आप जो है, आपके भाई वहाँ पर फंसे हुए हैं, उनके बारे में जरा डिटेल में बताइए, कौन है, क्या है?
वो मेरा भाई जिसका नाम विश्वजीत कुमार है, और एक रिलेटिव है जिसका नाम सुबोध कुमार है। तो
आपके घर से 2 लोग फंसे हुए हैं?
हाँ, 2 लोग हैं अंदर में।
तो आप अंदर गए थे, आपकी कुछ बात हुई, कुछ ऑफिशियल कम्युनिकेशन हुआ आपका?
हाँ, मैं तो जिस दिन एक्सीडेंट हुआ उसके दूसरे दिन तो मैं पहुंच गया था, तो हर दिन मैं बात कर रहा हूँ।
तो क्या कहा उन्होंने, क्या कहा आपसे, क्या आश्वासन दिया? गवर्नमेंट के जो सरकारी महकमे के लोग हैं, उन्होंने क्या आश्वासन दिया आपसे? कितना वक्त लगेगा?
हमारे झारखंड सरकार से भी 3 अधिकारी पहुंचे हुए हैं, तो वो भी पर डे मेरे से मुलाकात हो रही है, और उनका कहना है कि जब उन लोग बाहर आ जाएंगे तो हमारी सरकार की तरफ से ये आदेश है कि हम उसको बाई प्लेन या जिस सुविधा से जाने की तैयारी होगी, मैं उसको लेकर के उनके घर तक पहुंचाने की व्यवस्था करेंगे।
राइट, आप मुझे बताएं, आपके जो भाई अंदर हैं, आपके जो भाई अंदर फंसे हुए हैं, उनसे आपकी बात हुई थी? क्या कहा उन्होंने?
उन्होंने यही कहा था कि आज वहाँ ड्रिलिंग के बारे में पूछा था कितनी हो गई, तो बोल रहे थे ऑपरेशन हो रही है, शायद आज शाम तक हम निकल आएंगे बाहर, करके बात कह रहे थे वो लोग।
Right. As you see, Shravan, they are pretty hopeful as they have been seeing on ground that the different teams, different agencies have been working day in and day out to rescue all those 41 workers who are badly stuck inside that Crude tunnel, the dark tunnel, for the last 11 days. Over to you, Shravan, back in the studio.
For getting us the latest details. In fact, we're hoping that there would be some sort of a official briefing from the central agencies in some time from now. We'll wait for that official briefing to come in, hoping for the good news to trickle in. Should we focus now to the other story that we're getting to you tonight, a story that we first broke here on Republic TV. The relationship between Pakistan and Afghanistan only going downhill. Now, with the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, many Afghans had largely taken refuge in Pakistan, a country that has historically provided refuge to the Afghans. Then President Zia-ul-Haq welcomed them in the spirit of brotherhood. In fact, that is the reason why Pakistan has been saying we are championing the cause of Muslims. But what has happened over the last few days is that things have been topsy-turvy. They've trained these refugees, funded, armed them to fight the anti-Soviet jihad in Afghanistan, with the United States funding till about the Soviet withdrawal in 1988. But Pakistan was uneasy with this new regime in Afghanistan. Though it became part of the war on terror reluctantly, it sheltered the Taliban leadership. However, Pakistan recently then decided to do a crackdown on what they were calling illegal Afghans, something again the Taliban did not really like. Soon the Afghans took to the streets. Trade between Pakistan and Afghanistan from the key Chaman border crossing remained at a standstill for about 3 consecutive days after thousands of protesters blocked the transit route in Pakistan's southwestern Balochistan province. Pakistan's interim administration then decided to introduce a strict visa and passport policy along with its frontier with Afghanistan since starting from 1st of November to monitor what they call unauthorized cross-border movement between the two countries. And tensions between the two countries thereafter only escalated. Take a look at this exclusive report where we get you the latest visuals of what's really happening at the border and what is it that has changed. Earlier there was a complete free flow movement of trucks from Afghanistan into Pakistan and vice versa. But that has now stopped, with Pakistan essentially saying that a proper documentation process will be followed. That has resulted to a massive clash on the ground. Take a look at this report and then we go across to our reporter from Pakistan.
On the grey afternoon of 1st November, 2 buses carrying undocumented Afghan migrants pulled up in front of a beach block in an unoccupied housing colony on the outskirts of Peshawar with a police escort. Their arrival set a commotion. This as they were being held for entering Pakistan illegally or overstaying their visas. And had been rushed to a hurriedly set up processing zone at the colony before deportation to their homeland. The Pakistan government's deadline for undocumented migrants to leave the country voluntarily or face detention or deportation had just passed on 31st October. and since then, the Afghans have started an all-out war against the Pakistan government. On Tuesday, Pakistan said only Afghans with valid passports and visas can enter, ending ability to visit using identity cards and driver's licenses. Soon after, trade was halted at border crossings between Pakistan and Afghanistan. At the southern Chaman border, a sit-in protest against the new rules prevented traders from crossing. Hundreds of protesters set up barricades and obstacles along the road leading to the Friendship Gate, refusing entry to any vehicle loaded with goods. In contrast, the movement of caravans carrying illegal immigrants leaving for Afghanistan has continued without hindrance. The row is one of the several thorny issues that have grown between Kabul and Islamabad since the Taliban returned to power in Afghanistan in August 2021. The situation at the Chaman border crossings remains tense as protesters continue their sit-in. The interruption of trade has significant economic implications for both Pakistan and Afghanistan. Clearly, Pakistan's decision to expel undocumented refugees arises from the country's internal security problems. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Joining us on this broadcast is Republic's reporter from Pakistan. Joining us from Islamabad is Kaswar. Kaswar, give us the latest update as to what's really happening at the border area. As I understand, earlier it was a complete free flow. So why is it that the interim government in Pakistan has decided to change this entire rule, leading to massive clashes that have taken place in the border areas?
Well, Shaman, what I can tell you from Islamabad is that the bilateral relationship between the Pakistan and Afghanistan have touched new law. And let me tell you that Chaman border crossing have been closed completely, and it is going to be fourth consecutive day that not even a single man could enter either from Pakistan to Afghanistan or Afghanistan to Pakistan as well. And the latest report is hundreds of Afghanis have actually blocked the main artery that leads Chaman that connects Chaman border to Kandahar in Afghanistan as well. And same is the case with the Pakistan side as well. These Chaman crossing have been closed for the fourth consecutive day, but the protester on the both sides continues for more than a month. Today it was the 33rd day that hundreds of traders and have taken to the roads and streets across the Chaman border crossing, and it is completely closed for everything except that the truckloads of the illegal Afghan that have been living in Pakistan for years, they are only allowed to cross the Pakistan-Chaman border, or only from Pakistan to Afghanistan as well. But complete ban from entry from Afghanistan to ban as well. I have spoken to the Pakistani authorities and as well as the protesters as well. The protesters have actually demanded that they have been living in Pakistan for years and years, for decades. They have purchased land over there. They have houses over there. Their loved ones have been buried in the graveyards inside Pakistan. So this is not acceptable for them to first get visa and then travel to Pakistan. For years, Shaman, these people have been crossing this Chaman border between Pakistan and Afghanistan on the basis of only national identity card. Any Pakistani citizen or Afghani citizen could travel between the Chaman border between Pakistan and Afghanistan for years only on valid national identity card and a driving license as well. But Pakistan, soon after a couple of attacks in which Afghanistan nationals were involved according to Pakistani authorities, Pakistan have introduced a new policy, and according to this new policy, every Afghanistan national, Afghani national, will have to acquire visa. That is actually a daunting task for Afghanis to get Pakistani visa, and then they have to cross Chaman border or even the Torkham border as well. And this is
Kaswar, I'm sorry I have to interrupt you.
But unacceptable for Pakistanis. And this is the bone of contention between the two states, Saman.
Right. Thank you very much, Kasper. Sorry I had to interrupt you. We're running short of time. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. On the other side, news and updates continue.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
इस वक्त हम आर्मिस्टिस लाइन पर मौजूद हैं और आप मेरे पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर पर लगातार तेज होती बम्बार्डमेंट की तस्वीरें सीधे देख पा रहे हैं। इस्माइल हानिये जो पूरी तरह से हेड करता है हमास को, उसके घर को देर रात जो है स्ट्राइक्स हुई हैं, उसमें नेस्तनाबूद कर दिया गया है। अल शिफा अस्पताल में भी ऑपरेशन जारी है। जो जानकारी IDF की तरफ से दी गई है उसमें बताया गया कि उसके अंदर तमाम जो हथियार हैं, एडवांस्ड वेपन्स हैं, जिनका इस्तेमाल हमास इजराइल के खिलाफ करता है, वो वेपन्स बरामद किए गए हैं। हमास की तरफ से कहा गया कि 3 दिन का अगर सीज फायर किया जाता है तो कुछ बंधकों को छोड़ा जा सकता है।
We are reporting from the armistice line of agreement and the intense small arms firing that is taking place as the day has begun. There was a briefing for the Israel media by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in which he has made it amply clear that there is going to be no permanent ceasefire, but yes, there is a possibility of temporary ceasefire in exchange of the hostages. As we speak, there are loud bangs that are taking place inside the Gaza city, very close to the Jabalia refugee camp and also Al-Fakura, the UN school where the operations were carried out.
बड़े आके ठहरे 5 मिनट अभी बोलूंगा 5 मिनट। कोई माय का लाल पैदा नहीं हुआ मुझे रोकने के लिए। इशारा कर दिया तो दौड़ना पड़ेगा। दौड़ाएं।
Asked to follow the law, Aswaddin Osi's brother openly threatens police officer during an election rally.
उन्होंने बोला कोई माइका लाल पैदा नहीं हुआ मुझे रोकने के लिए। कानून से ऊपर कोई व्यक्ति है नहीं। अगर वर्दी अपना काम करने लगी तो इनकी सारी हेकड़ी निकल जाएगी।
OAC comes to the brothers' defense. The BJP hits out in a scathing attack, says no one is above the law. BJP writes to Election Commission, fact checks Kharge over Prime Minister, added caste to backward class remark. Storm over Rahul's bizarre Panoti logic, BJP hits back, calls it a vicious abuse and personal attack. लाल डायरी में दर्ज हो चुके हैं। From Red Diary controversy to corruption scams, PM launches a scathing attack on the Gehlot government. And days ahead of the Telangana elections, BRS and Congress workers come face to face, exchange blows. Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest. And this month we are seeing multiple assembly elections being seen as a semi